Hello, Ryan again. Today I'm doing a double review of two Marvel superhero sets from 2017, one of which being 76083 Beware the Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. That set retails in the UK for £44.99 and has 375 parts, contains two instruction manuals. Book 1 focused on building the Vulture's glider. The Vulture, by the way, brilliantly played by Michael Keaton in the film. And Book 2 focuses on the van driven by Shocker in order to evade Spider-Man, played by Tom Holland, and the Iron Man, which is the Mark... Hang on. Oopsie. Oh no, it doesn't say. I'll have to look that one up and tell you about that in a minute. And I've just killed the Vulture. Oops. Okay, and the second set is the Ultimate Battle for Asgard, number 76084. That set contains 400 parts and retails in the UK for £49.99. The set is constructed using these two books here. The first one is focused on building the Commodore ship, which they steal from the planet. I forget the planet's name. I'd have to look that up and possibly tell you later. And the second book is used primarily for the Bruce Banner minifigure and the brick-built figure of Fenris, the giant wolf, commanded by Hela, who is brilliantly played by Cate Blanchett in the Thor Ragnorak film. And she has two berserkers with her. And then you have Valkyrie, Thor himself, and of course Bruce Banner. Now, let's take a look at the Vulture set again. I will need to revive the Vulture first. Let's have a look at the minifigures first, starting with the Vulture, which the detailing on the torso and the helmet I think look absolutely fantastic. So yeah, really top-notch job. Really captures the look of the Vulture character from the film. I just wish they could have done, you know, maybe a dual printed set of legs with like black boots or something like that. That's the only slight disappointment with that figure. And you got Spider-Man himself, which again looks fantastic with his Stark suit. So yeah, lovely detailing, and of course the dual molded legs. Some great detail on the back of the torso as well. Obviously not a dual-sided head because it's just, well, Spider-Man. You've got Shocker here. There we go, a bit better. Who is quite a minor character really throughout the film, but still fairly decent character. Again, pretty decent printing on the torso. This glove, or this hand piece, could have been better really, because in the film it's an electric gauntlet really, so that could have looked better. It's like a hoodie, so don't really need any printing on the legs for that, so I think that's quite a good minifigure. And then you've got the Iron Man suit, which the detailing is again fantastic, as with most Iron Man suits. I think this one is probably my favourite one, with the detailing on it. It looks really good. And the back as well. Oops. Now I've killed Iron Man. I'm doing well. Yeah, the back again looks really good. So can't complain. I killed him again. I'm doing well here. Stay. There we go. So yeah, really good. Now if we just have a look here at the faces, well, face of the characters. Got the Vulture there with an aged minifigure head to convey the look of Michael Keaton, and the Iron Man is currently got its, what should we say, Wi-Fi controlled suit option. But if you had a Tony Stark figure from the past, you could substitute his head in that to complete the look. Let's move on to the vehicles now. First we'll look at the Vulture's glider suit, which is quite well articulated. The wings, oops, no, They click into place like that. Then all the wingtips as well. They can articulate. If we fold that back out, we've got the two stud shooters here. They can rotate left and right and apparently come off. And you can just fire them and then obviously never find those parts again. And if we turn it round, you've got these two, which are supposed to be the turbines from the film. So I'm a little bit disappointed that there's actually no turbine element here. That would have looked really, really good. Stickers, as with most Marvel and DC superhero sets. I'm not the biggest fan of stickers, but I can understand that they keep production costs down, so I accept them. Anyway, Speed Champions are the worst offenders for stickers anyway, so I'm not going to complain there. So that's the Vulture's glider. These shield parts, I believe, were introduced with the Nexonite series, and they really help complete the look of this glider. So I'll move that out of the way now. I'll reassemble that later. And look at the van, which is clearly trying to evade Spider-Man, and I don't know what Spider-Man's trying to aim at here, but he's perhaps not very good. He's got some random splotches. That's quite funny, that. Shocking, considering the character driving the van is the Shocker. So I think it's safe to say the driver of the van's not very good either. Again, all stickers, all aimed at keeping costs down. Looks good from the front, nice, bulky, tough looking van. And then this can fold down. And if you look at the the play suggestions, shall we say, this can come off and just be replaced by this to simulate that, you know, Spider-Man stopped it and it's stuck, it ain't going nowhere, job's done. If we open this up as well, we can now have a look at the Lego's best invention for never seeing studs again. I mean, if I fired that off in here, you'd never see me or hear from me again. I'd just spend the rest of my life looking for them, which I'm not particularly keen on doing. And they've got these two boxes in here as well, because this is a van meant to be, well, it's meant to simulate like the finished article. It's like selling weapon products, but this seems to be transporting salvaged items in order to make these parts, and this just articulates here, and the Shocker, or the driver, just sits there behind the wheel. This can come off and you can quite easily place him there. It's just a very bland interior, but that's not the main focus of the van, so it's all right. Now there's a couple of extra parts here, so if we take off this, and if we look at this as well, if I can find that, there we go, and give me a second. And those two parts from the truck combine to give Shocker a gun, should he wish to engage Spider-Man from afar. He can choose to do so, but Spider-Man can choose to do the same with these new blaster pieces. Hey, I hit him. I actually didn't do that in the first take. Anyway, quite good, those pieces, but like anything with Lego that acts as a projectile, it has a tendency to get lost. There are a couple of extra bits, a bit of web for Spider-Man, and of course a phone should Aunt May wish to keep in contact, and these are the little bag of spares you get with the set. And that is the set Beware the Vulture 76083 from the Marvel Cinematic Universe movie Spider-Man Homecoming. Well, a couple of aspects I wish they could have done better. Maybe some dual printed legs on the Vulture, perhaps some more detailing on the Iron Man suit's legs, but overall a good set. But $44.99 for 375 parts, not ideal, so perhaps best to wait until this set comes down in price, which is what I did. Now, moving on to the next set. Now, as I already mentioned, this is the ultimate battle for Asgard. The primary focus of the build with this set is focused on the Commodore here, which is the ship Valkyrie, Bruce Banner and Thor steal from the Grandmaster on his, well, I still don't know the name of the planet, but we'll just say his, well, Planet Hulk maybe? I don't know, never mind. Yeah, they steal it from the Grandmaster and take it back to Asgard via, excuse my language here, I believe it was called the Devil's Anus. Never mind, lovely name. Anyway, moving on. This is where Valkyrie controls the ship from. It's a little bit cramped in there. You have to sit Valkyrie down. We actually do that just now. Plonk. Yeah, so Valkyrie sits down and has to be very relaxed while she's piloting the ship. There are some stud shooters here, which, considering the ship, I believe, didn't have any actual offensive capabilities. I think these are meant to be like fireworks. So, oh well. The detailing on the ship's pretty good. It's shall we say, very swooshable. So it's very sturdy. You know, you could probably drop this and get away with it. Well, nobody else would get away with it, but yeah. So it's quite sturdy, really good. Got a little compartment here for storing Valkyrie's sword and some spare fireworks, shall we say. Now this little bit here is a button which you can use to deploy Bruce Banner. And Bruce Banner is attached by a couple of little studs on his ankles. So if we just hold the ship up, press that button, and like in the film, oh hang on, get a better grip. Like in the film, well, in the film he face plants, but oh sorry, spoiler alert. Yeah, so he can just drop out and transform late into the Hulk to do battle with Fenris. Now, you may remember from a while back that Lego did some brick-built figures for Legend Beasts from the Legend of Chima sets, which I actually thought were pretty good. Now, Fenris here, I think looks better. I think he's got a really good, aggressive look. The only thing I kind of wish they could have done more with the eyes, because Fenris is a gigantic wolf, and wolves always have really striking eyes, which just make you go, wow, and they make you go, oh god, it's gonna get me. So yeah, it's a really, really good looking brick built figure. Maybe they could have used some white elements here for his teeth. Just 2 points of articulation on each leg with ball joints, just the feet and the shoulders. Speaking of the shoulders, you've got these pieces here, which I've never seen before. They've probably been around for a while, I've just not paid attention, but bound to be brilliant for mock creations in the future, whether it be a mech or an animal creature, brick built creature. So yeah, handy little looking and great looking part that. Yeah, overall pretty decent, good looking model for Fenris. Obviously not to the same scale as he is in the film, because quite frankly he's massive in the film, to the extent that he could gobble up the Hulk in one bite. Now if we just have a look at the minifigures now, I will have to revive Hela and the Berserkers. Apologies for the graining here, but it's the only way I could try and get the proper look here. There we go. 3 of the figures, Hela on the left, Bruce Banner in the centre, who's midway transforming to the Hulk, and Thor on the right there with his lightning infused eyes. All have the alternative faces. Hela looking rather smug with herself, and you can see the printing on the back of their torsos as well there. One more thing with Hela is that when she doesn't have that striking helmet on, she does just have a black long hair piece. Oops, killed Hela again. Only Ragnarok could do that. Spoiler alert, sorry. And we're back to the beginning again. So there you have it. That's the ultimate battle for Asgard. Now, considering the ultimate battle for Asgard actually had very, 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 very many Asgardians trying to take on Hela single-handedly, I think there could have been perhaps more minifigures you know, even just a couple of Asgardian guards and things like that, you know, as part of that battle, considering, you know, this is meant to be the ultimate battle for Asgard, and it doesn't have any Asgardian minifigures, which is a little bit disappointing in that respect. But still, six minifigures for a set isn't bad. Commodore, a lot of stickers, which I didn't mention earlier, and again, I'm not the biggest fan of stickers, but I accept them. Overall, pretty decent set. Fenris is good. The characters from this set are really good. Obviously, you can get Grandmaster, Loki, and the very impressive Hulk Big Fig from the other arena battle set for Thor Ragnorak. Much like the Spider-Man Homecoming Beware the Vulture set, the price point for this set's not the best. I mean, yes, it has 400 pieces, but $49.99, not the best value for money, perhaps. So this is perhaps another one of those sets where you'd wait for the price to come down. So that's my review for both of these Marvel sets. Hope you didn't mind it. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Bye now. I'll be back again in the future.